Welcome back to Advancement Ministries. My name is Lincoln Snoke. Last week we talked a little bit about lust. Even though it's normal in our world and even celebrated and rewarded nowadays, it doesn't have to be your normal. We also talked about how you're not alone in this fight. Now, almost every guy ever has struggled with this thing. Now, this week I'm going to take it one step further and talk about how to overcome it, how to beat your lust, how to fight it when it does come. You see, lust, when it comes into our life, it can feel unbeatable, unfightable. Like there's no point in even trying. I know I've been there, man, but no matter how overwhelming it is, how easily it may lead us, or how long you've been stuck in it, there is a way out. It's not too late for you. And as soon as you give it up, there's a whole new life waiting for you. Man, you are meant for more than this. You see, when lust first comes into our life, it convinces us that we are in control, that it feels good, so we might as well keep doing it. It feels good, so it's worth it, that we are in control. But as long as you're giving into it, it is in control of you. You see, you may be naive and thinking that you have control of it. You can stop whenever you want, but as long as you're giving into it, you're letting it lead you. You're letting it control you. No matter how you stumbled upon lust, whether you believe the lies that it's not that bad, or everybody struggles with it, so I might as well, or maybe you didn't even know what you're getting into. Maybe a friend showed you a video, or you happen to scroll past something and just get hooked on it. Doesn't matter how you got into it, but no matter how you got into it, you know how small it started out as. At first, it felt good. If it was something you saw as good, you maybe even were in control of it. But before you knew it, you look back and you realize that everything was gone. It took all of your purpose, all of your peace, all of your joy. And as soon as you realize all these things it's been taking from you, you tried to stop. You went to go break away from it, but you realized that you had chains on it, that it had chains on you, that you were in captivity to it. It was controlling you. Despite all the bad things it was doing to you, all the things it was taking from you, you still kept doing it. You still were in captivity to it. You couldn't stop. No matter how much evil it was doing, no matter how much regret you felt every time, you still couldn't stop. But man, there is a way out, and you can overcome that lust. And today I want to teach you how to overcome it and how to beat it. Sadly, there is no way to fully beat lust and fully get rid of it because it's something that's built into you. But while it is going to be there our whole life and we're never going to stop struggling with it, we certainly can learn how to fight it, manage it, and deal with it when it does come into our life. So sadly, today I can't just give you a magic trick to get rid of it forever, though I wish I had one of those and I wish I could give it to you. But what I am going to do is teach you how to fight it, how to manage it, and how to go to war with it. But if you're going to go to war with it, you have to stop seeing it as something small and insignificant. You have to stop thinking that you're in control and being naive to that. Because as long as you see it as smaller than it is, it's going to keep winning and keep stealing from you. So quit being naive to it, of its power and of your strength to it. But go to war with it daily. Don't play with it, but go to war with it, man. You see, now in war, you're not trying to play with your enemy. You're not trying to feed your enemy or have a little bit of fun with your enemy. You're trying to kill your enemy, which is exactly how we need to be with our lust. We have to kill it, not play with it, not say I'm letting it go, but then hold on to it. We have to fully burn the boats, fully cut the ties, fully kill it. Because if you hold on to it a little bit, you say I'm letting go, but you really keep a little hold on it, as soon as that shame comes, that disappointment comes, those low moments, those bad feelings, those hard times come, you're going to turn right back to it, and it's going to be right there waiting for it because you never really let go. So burn the boats, cut the ties, and kill that lust. Don't play with it. Don't let it go a little bit. Don't be half in, half out, but go all the way. Go all in on killing it. Burn the boats, cut the ties. Now, in war, you also need to be aware of your enemy. You need to be aware of where they are, what they're doing, which is exactly how we need to be with our lust. We have to be aware of how enticing it is, how powerful it can be, and how weak we really are to it. Because if we're aware of it, then we can be ready for it and prepared for when it does come and attack our lives. Because it's going to come and attack your life. It's coming for you. But you can prepare. You can be aware of it. See, man, if you are prepared for it when it comes into your life, you can say, come what may. Bring everything you've got, saying, I've prepared for this exact moment. So be aware of it. Be prepared for it, man, because you can be. You don't have to fight this. It doesn't have to keep blindly attacking you. You can be ready. It doesn't have to T-bone you. You can be ready for it, man, but you have to be aware of it. Be prepared for it. So let's talk about some ways to fight it. First of all, don't be lazy. You see, God has called us especially as men to be workers. But the enemy wants us to be lazy so that we stop chasing what God has for us, what God has called us to do. He doesn't want us to chase God's plan on our life because we are created perfectly in His image for His perfect plan. But if we continue to be lazy and let that lust control us, we'll never live up to our full potential, the full plan God has on our life. You see, the enemy also wants you to be lazy because when you're being lazy, you're chasing comfort and pleasure, which is two of the biggest things that lust promises you. So if you're being lazy, you're on that search for comfort and pleasure, eventually you're going to find that lust. And oh, that's promising exactly what I'm looking for. So you're going to take that. You're going to give into that. And you're going to let it control you. So don't be lazy, man, but get up and do what God has called you to do. Be that light. Spread that light in all of the darkness of the enemy. Bring God's light into that darkness fearlessly. It's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be uncomfortable, but we are never called to be comfortable as Christians. We are called to be uncomfortable. God tells us we're going to be uncomfortable because we're supposed to work for it. We're supposed to fight for it. So get up, advance the kingdom of God, and push back the gates of hell. And don't be lazy, but be a man and work hard and work like it. A second way to fight it is avoid it. You see, most of the time when we fall into our lust, we let that lust control us. It's because we chose to be in that circumstance. We chose to open up that app, chose to open up that website, despite knowing exactly what was going to happen when we did, despite us knowing how weak we were to it. Because while we act like we hate it, we really love it. You know, no matter how many times it's let us down, we still want all the things that's promising, even though we know that they're all lies. Man, and while we act like we hate it, we really love it. And we choose that momentary pleasure despite all of the long-term shame, long-term guilt, long-term regret that it's promising, that we know it's going to give us. So we choose to put it over what God has called us to do and how He has called us to live. Because what we're really doing when we give into that is we're saying, I know better than God. God has told me it's wrong. I felt convicted about it, but I decided it was worth it. It felt good, so it must be good. But man, that is not how that works. We aren't called to be comfortable or chase what we think is good. We're called to chase what God has called us to do, what God has told us is good. Chase that conviction over that comfort, that calling over that comfort. Man, so delete those apps. Never go to those websites and don't choose to go into those circumstances and never be alone. Because isolation is where the enemy thrives. Isolation is where the enemy spreads the most evil, where lust does the most harm. So don't be alone. You need people that you can carry, that it can carry you, that you can turn to when those bad moments come, when those low times come, when those hard feelings hit, that disappointment hits. You need people around you. Because if you're alone, the devil's going to talk to you, and you're not going to have any other voice around you to help you through it. Because you're not going to want to go to God because you're going to want to follow what the enemy is telling you. So don't be alone. Because that's where you're the most weak and where the enemy is the most strong. Now, number 3, you don't have this on your own. It may feel like it. You may not want to open up to other people. But we weren't made to walk this life alone. We were made to walk in fellowship with others. We were made to share our burdens with other people, to have people carry our burdens with us. You know, if you're in a moment of your life right now where you're saying, my burdens are just too heavy, man, I can't carry them anymore. I need that lust. It's because you were never meant to carry that burden by yourself. God gave you people that help you carry that, but you have to let them in, man. But being vulnerable can be hard. And opening up can be hard, especially as men. Because as men, we want to be as tough and as strong as we possibly can. We want people to see us as a tough guy, a strong guy. Somebody that they can turn to, that we can protect them. We think that opening up and telling people that we are weak and actually broken makes us weak and broken. But man, opening up and telling people that you're weak and broken requires an extreme braveness and extreme boldness. And while you may open yourself to possible hurt and embarrassment and shame, you're setting yourself up to build yourself back up. Man, because if you don't tell people what's going on and you can't rely on their strength instead of yours all the time, you're going to break and you're never going to build yourself back up, ever. You see, even Jesus had people that he relied on. He needed people to count on. And we're not Jesus, so we definitely need that. We definitely need people. Man, you can't carry this all on your own. You were never made to. If it's feeling heavy, it's because it's not all meant for you. Man, get some people to help you through that. You need some mat carriers in your life. Some people to carry that mat for you when you can't carry it. Some people to hold you accountable. Some people that you can turn to call you out. Some people to pray for you. You need some people that can bring you back when you start drifting, man, because it's going to happen. We all do it. We are all broken, but together we are made strong. And that is how we were made to live together. Now, number 4, removal without replacement is dangerous. You see, if you just completely cut out lust or anything else for that matter, you're going to leave a void in your life. If that void doesn't get filled, if it stays empty, eventually you're going to fill it back up and go back to the exact thing that you're trying to lay down, the exact thing that you're trying to give up. You see, for example, if you give up partying, let's say you're a big party, maybe you give up partying, you stay at home one day when there's a big party. You stay at home, but if you're not doing anything, you're just going to be thinking about that party, thinking about how much you miss it. And then maybe the next day, you see some friends post about how great it was, how awesome it was. So you're going to miss it even more, and then you're right back at that same party the next week. So don't just cut those things out, but replace the good with the bad. And don't just remove those bad friends, but replace them with good ones. And whenever you're feeling tempted to go to one of those sites or one of those apps, open up the word. Don't just sit there and do nothing. Say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to keep fighting this by myself. But open up the word. Learn what God has for you, what God has called to you to do, what God has made you for, what you're here to do, what God says about you. Discover his truths through his truth. You see, and choose that life. Replace the evil with the good, or the dark with the light, and replace that sad with the happy. And because there is so much better waiting for you, you just have to choose it. So don't just remove those things, but replace them with better things. Now, number 5, you are not too far gone. So don't stay stuck in that shame. You see, when lust comes, it promises us that pleasure, that comfort and fulfillment. And for a split second, it does. It gives us those things that's promising. And then right after is the moment when all the shame, all the regret, all the disappointment, and all the disgust comes. You see, it ropes you in and overwhelms you with lies that it is exactly what you want and what you need and what you've been chasing. It convinces you that it will fulfill you. And when it doesn't, we continue to chase that fulfillment because we think we just need to do it one more time and then I'll get that thing that's promising. But it will never deliver on its promises. It just wants you to fall for it and into it so that as soon as you do it, it can flood you. It can flood you with shame and guilt. See, the enemy wants you to do it so he can keep reminding you that you're too far gone and that God doesn't want you because what you've done or continue to do is too bad for God. It's past his help. But Jesus came for us knowing exactly what we were going to do. Exactly what we're going to do. And so you can't disappoint God. You can't even let God down, regardless of what the enemy says. You know, thanks to Jesus, we live in a place of from now on. We're no longer kept in our shame, our regret. We're no longer kept in the past, judged by our past, held by our past. We live from now on. So don't let the enemy keep you from what God has prepared for you in that shame. Don't keep yourself from what God has for you in that shame. Don't hold yourself. Don't separate yourself from God because you feel too broken. You think you've done too much for God. Jesus died for a lot of my sins, but maybe this one is too far gone. Maybe this one is different. Jesus died for all those sins, knowing exactly what you were going to do. You see, and it's not how we start with God that matters, but how we finish. Proverbs 24:16 says, the godly may trip 7 times, but they will get up again. So while we are going to fall, we are going to stumble. As people, we're all going to stumble because we're human. We're broken. We're not strong enough to do that by ourselves. We're going to fall. But because we have God on our side, we can get up every time and keep going. We can get up and keep fighting. One little thing doesn't keep us separated from God anymore. We don't have to be perfect anymore because of Jesus. But because we have Jesus, we can get back up every time. So man, you're going to fall. Don't be naive to that. You're going to stumble. Don't be naive to that. But when you do, you can get up. So do. So get back up and keep fighting and keep going and keep living up to what God has for you because his love is stronger than your shame. His love is greater than your sins. And because you are stronger than you think, and no matter how broken you feel, you aren't too far gone for God. You see, in 2 Corinthians 5, Paul wrote to the church of Corinth, and he said this, we are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. So lust is going to come. Those hard times are going to come, man. But because we have God on our side, we can get back up. We have the strength to keep fighting. So resist the enemy. Resist the lies. Resist the doubt. Resist the temptations. Resist the lust, man. Because while it feels good for a little bit, it is not worth it. You were made for so much more. So, man, live up to that. Search that. Go for that. You've got this, man. So keep going. Don't give up. But give that thing up. Give that lust up. And choose God over that comfort, over that pleasure. Because what he has in store for you is so much better than what the enemy has in store for you, what that lust has in store for you. So you have to keep going, keep chasing that. You've got this. See you next time.